I have not played a new video game in over a decade, but I just played Battlefield 6. Over the weekend, EA finally released Battlefield 6, the latest installment in the Battlefield franchise. And if you don't know, Battlefield is one of my favorite first-person shooter franchises of all time. Battlefield 6 is the long-awaited next installment in the Battlefield franchise, and as of right now, it is doing absolute numbers on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. Frankly, it is kind of putting Call of Duty to shame. There's always been a little bit of a rivalry between the two franchises, but it is very clear that Battlefield has come out swinging. But what do I mean when I say I haven't played a new video game in over 10 years? Most of the firearms that I've done are clones from video games. And yes, that is the case, but a lot of those video games are from well over a decade in the past. Specifically, Battlefield 4, 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and Call of Duty Black Ops. A lot of those games came out in the late 2000s and the early 2010s. The last new release video game that I actually played was Battlefield 4. I watched a buddy of mine play Modern Warfare 2019 back in the day, but other than that, I have not played any of these games, and I haven't owned a console since. But this is the first video game that I have played that is a new release on a new console in well over a decade. And the main reason for that is because I didn't get into gaming until I was a lot older. My parents were pretty apprehensive to allow their children to play video games, and as a result, I didn't get a console until I was already in high school. And by that point, Modern Warfare Black Ops had already been released, and I was sort of playing a lot of catch-up back in the day. And that only lasted for a few years because after my first semester at college back in 2014, I ended up needing to pay rent, and as a result, I sold my PlayStation 3 and all of my PlayStation games. I heard stories here and there about new releases, saw the trailers, but nothing ever made me jump back in, get a console, and hop right back into things. That is until Battlefield 6. So I made the decision, I picked up an Xbox, I picked up these weird headphone talkie things, and something that I've actually never done is gamed with a headset. This is all a completely new experience for me. And I get it, I absolutely understand the hype behind it. It is absolutely an amazing time talking with your friends, running around on the battlefield, and just having the time of your lives. Absolutely the most fun that you can have with your kid on. Maybe with this group that's not entirely accurate. Some of you guys are weird, but I love you. We're all a little weird. Right off the rip, I absolutely love the gameplay. When the beta came out, I played it a little bit when I was in Florida visiting a buddy of mine, and it felt like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. And after playing the full release, 100% carried over. This feels like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. It feels like the old days back when we were in high school playing with these things. Instead of headsets, we just call each other and put each other on speaker, and we just say, hey, can you please go take care of that for it B? Gameplay is fantastic. I love the weapon system. I love the gunsmithing that you can do. From my experience is that Battlefield was always a little bit better with the attachments than Call of Duty. Battlefield let you have a little bit more fun, but holy crap, the gunsmithing in this, building out your weapon, it's so cool. This is exactly what we do, right? Like we take our rifles or our PDWs and we just like, oh, let's put this light on, oh, let's put this. My MP5 is built out like to the max with everything that I can put on it. Currently, I am maining the MP5 and the G36. I'm still working on unlocking the G3, which I am so glad that they decided to put a G3 in this thing. I am also very sad that I will be spending more money on kitting this thing out. Definitely an engineer man. Actually, right now I have the MP7 because I've kind of got a little thing right now with the MP7. I'm trying to get one. But I'm definitely an engineer, definitely fixing vehicles, taking out tanks, and reviving dudes. That's the other thing that I want to talk about is that if you are a COD player, if you're used to that, this is slower paced, this is objective based, you have to work as a team if you're playing a lot of these game modes. Okay, maybe not a completely different, I kind of don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I'm a dude in a Scout Trooper helmet on the internet. If you're really taking me seriously, you've got other problems. It's also really cool to see that a couple companies have obviously worked with Battlefield to put their products in the game. There are surefire muzzle brakes that you can put on your weapon. For someone that's not even like really hardcore into the gun community, somebody that comes from a more camera background as opposed to a firearm background, the level of detail that is in some of these firearms is absolutely astonishing. Might be rose-tinted glasses because I've been out of it for so long, but I am very, very impressed. Are there some bugs? Probably, that I'm just not educated enough to understand or recognize or know? Probably, but as somebody who's coming into this for pure joy, who hasn't been jaded by the last decade of gaming developments, I'm having the time of my life. But that's another thing that I wanted to talk about, is the differences that I've seen coming from 10 years ago and jumping right back into it now. The world of gaming has clearly changed drastically in the last decade. I remember it as you bought a console, you bought a game, you plugged it in, and that was it. Maybe you got some DLCs here and there, but for the most part, that was the extent. Everything was supposed to be in there. I had to make like 3 different accounts on 3 different websites to be able to get this running. Why do I have to update a controller? Why? I don't understand it. I obviously understand that it comes from a money aspect. The system worked. I don't understand. Maybe this is just the boomer in me coming out, but I don't understand why I needed 30 different software updates just to run a game on a console that the game was designed for. Now look, I'm a quick study, so I got the handle of it pretty well. Also, having to run the different, trying to run Discord, which I'm not very proficient at. I barely use Discord at all, and if I do, I'm basically told to use it because everyone else is using it. No, I don't understand. I don't care. I don't care to run Discord. I care now because it lets me talk to my friends, but I have a phone for that, you know? I don't need another app on my phone to talk to people who I care about. That plus the open chat with the EA app was confusing as all hell. I'm an intelligent person. I'm not stupid. There's no instruction. I couldn't figure it out. And maybe this sounds ignorant or dumb for people who are been in this world and have been dealing with this for the last 10 years. But I haven't. I'm jumping back into this. So when I come back, I feel like that meme where Childish Gambino walks in and then the entire room's on fire and everybody's fighting. And this has nothing to do with Battlefield 6 as a game. I have no real complaints. I wish I was better at games. I haven't seen hacks. I remember what hacks were like back in the old Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, and that was just, you would go 0 and 30 in 15 minutes. It was insane, especially the World at War servers. Oh my gosh. Please let me know if any of y'all ever played those old World at War servers where there was just, you were the only one that wasn't hacking. You would get domed with an MP40 in one shot across the map. And then he'd just skate by because he was in God mode. But this has been an absolutely fun experience, from the build-up to sharing it on social media and interacting with everybody. The community has been the best part. Everyone getting hyped for this thing, everyone jumping on. For those of us that have jobs, texting each other, just I cannot wait to get off work and go do that. I get it. I understand it. I feel what you feel now. It pulled through. We have a bomb Battlefield game again. Battlefield lives, and I am so here for it. I am now going to do everything in my power to stay in a healthy relationship while also logging as many hours as I can on this, and I will hopefully see a lot of you guys down there. Thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.